Lifestyle Pirates with Big J and Adriano.
Okay, good morning. Welcome to Lifestyle Pirates. We are here this morning, second episode of 2021 with Isaac Natoli. Good morning, buddy. How are you?
I am great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, mate,
Thanks for coming in.
To be here.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now, I've been checking out your YouTube channel. I've been laughing and crying. Some of the tears were, just because they rung true with some of the things you're saying, the messages, which we'll definitely come back to, and just because you're a funny guy. Your About Me on your YouTube channel is a fit and funny dwarf, just enjoying life, bringing you laughs and inspiration.
Yes.
Mate, talk to us about that.
Yeah, so basically I was born with a form of dwarfism called Spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia. So
That's a Scrabble winner, isn't it?
yeah, try saying that after a few beers.
Say that again,
Spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia.
I think he was in my high school.
Sounds, I don't know. Yeah, it took me I'd honestly say majority of my life to learn how to pronounce it, but we've got there in the end.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Basically,
glad you said it.
yeah, I won't make you have to say it because it'll just complete tongue twister. But yeah, so I was born with SED is what it's shortened to, no pun.
I can't believe you kicked off already. I love this.
So basically, I have a form of dwarfism, and I have brought myself to starting a YouTube channel around fitness and self-development as well. So basically, I was last year I got 2 hip replacements done. Because basically my condition has affected my hips the most. So throughout my 18 years, I basically had quite severe hip pains and had a few surgeries done. So finally got 2 surgeries, 1 hip replacement done last year in March, and my second one done in September.
Different hips, yeah?
So the left and the right side. And after the one in March, obviously, it's when everything happened and we had a lot of, time to ourselves. And I think just it was just a time for me personally to just align with, what I truly wanted to do. And I wasn't going to uni either because, so I graduated last year from high school, and, everyone's kind of heading to uni and that. So it was kind of tough for me to make the decision to not go, but I then, found myself with all this time and started a YouTube channel. Yeah. Which is something that I've wanted to do for quite a while, and it's just really kicked off from there, and now I'm here. I
really love your YouTube channel as well. It's got a good vibe.
Thanks.
And mate, really good editing. Do you do the editing yourself?
Yes, I do.
Far out, man. It's really good. It's making me want to lift up my game, mate, a lot.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about your I suppose your fitness journey.
Yes.
Because, mate, fuck, you're shredded.
Thanks, man. I started lifting when I was about 14 or 15. Just, I guess, the classic, teenage kind of insecurities and people were starting to get into the gym, and I was quite skinny, and I actually initially started for football, soccer. So I went into the gym to strengthen my legs, and not long after that, I had not my hip replacement, but a surgery on my hips which then put me out, and I couldn't go back to playing soccer. Yeah. So then I was like, oh, wow, I actually really quite enjoy the gym. I really quite enjoy, just how I felt in the gym and what I was starting to, build in the gym. It was really, it was kind of almost just giving me a sense of just more purpose. I really found a passion in the gym, and just being able to kind of it was just a place for me to kind of, let out, whatever I was feeling throughout the day. The gym was always just that place that I could just go in there, let it out, and come out feeling better.
Yeah.
And that really became almost addicting for me. And I've continued on that gym journey, and I just enjoy the process of it all, and really do, and try to inspire others along the way, throughout my journey, which is good.
You mentioned about the teenage insecurities that we all have. We've all been through.
Yes.
Were they heightened? Obviously, being a person of short stature.
Yeah, I mean, so really, my childhood was I was quite fortunate to have good friends and a supportive family, and I never faced bullying, so to speak, or anything like that. So growing up through childhood, I never really experienced the feeling of being different. And I just kind of looked at myself, as just the usual, normal, average person. And of course, there were, there's quite a few stories where, I definitely did feel different, but majority of my childhood was quite good. And then, yes, coming into high school was, I think, the biggest change was where, started to kick in the most, and where the insecurities started to come through. And I remember the first day of high school, I was actually, everyone just like wanted to take photos with me, and everyone just wanted to like pick me up, give me a hug, like put me on their shoulders. It was quite, I didn't know how to react. I was like, oh, why is this like why am I being treated like this and the others aren't?
Yeah.
And, like people were taking photos and all this. And just from that day, that just kind of straight away cemented that I was different. And then, I started to, like you go out and party and, trying to get girls and stuff like that. And it was never the easiest thing for me. And that kind of, then again, brought up insecurities because I was feeling different. I wasn't, the average teenage dude. And, then that kind of just led me to the gym. Yeah. And I kind of felt a boost of confidence through being in the gym and being able to work on myself in the gym. And
So were there any challenges growing up smaller than the average guy?
I mean,
because I know you got that YouTube channel where you got that, what is a small challenge or little
overcoming small challenges.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
When you went shopping and you're trying to get stuff from the top shelf. Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah. I mean, well, those are just kind of the everyday challenges, and I guess things like not being able to reach things, reaching things at the grocery store or wherever. And, like being at parties and talking to like a chick's belly button or something like that.
I didn't think of that.
No. I mean, just to give like people like a visualization. So I'm like 4'6". So I'm probably like up to your armpits. Yeah. That's like where I'm at, or maybe a bit lower. So depending on how to you, but that's like the general. Yeah, that's like where I'm at.
We're definitely there's a video, which again I was laughing very hardly this morning at when I get the sense that role models are quite a big thing for you. You did a day kind of in the life of Muhammad Ali, and you were training like him and getting up, and then you did a day of Ronaldo.
Yeah, and
you went to pick up girls like Ronaldo.
Yes.
Do you want to walk us through that? Because that was brilliant.
Yeah. So I think, the idea basically came to me through, I was creating this day in the life video of Ronaldo. And I was like, how can, because there's a few on YouTube, and it's like, how can I kind of how can I differentiate this? How can I make something that, you know, is different from the rest of these day in the life videos? And I happened to be watching this like picking up girls videos like the other night that was just like just really funny. And I think that just inspired me to like, you know, just, you know, try pick up chicks being Ronaldo. And as well, because like a message that I try to talk about on my channel and something that resonates with me is stepping into discomfort and getting outside of your comfort zone, because that is where I believe a lot of growth happens, and that's where we, you know, learn the most. And I guess, so this kind of resonated a lot with that, something that was outside of my comfort zone. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. So I went out and it was so, honestly, I was, obviously you can't see it in the video, but I was shitting myself. Like it was really hard. Like there was so many takes before where I just scrapped them because I just felt like, because I like stumbled on my words, or I literally,
Delivery wasn't good.
I literally forgot what I was going to say. Like there was a chick, I was like, I forgot what I was going to say. And she just walked off. Like literally.
Wrecked.
Yeah. So it took me a bit of time to kind of get into a bit of a flow.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of, you know, messing around in, you know, Pitt Street Mall, like the main area of Sydney where there's a lot of people. And just found chicks and approached them and try to get some numbers.
So who films you?
So it really can be anyone. So it can just be a friend, or it can literally be like mom, or it can be, you know, just someone in the gym. It really, I don't have a set, because I do a lot of the filming on my own. Yeah. Because I know what I want, and I just can, you know, stick a tripod up and that's the shot I want, rather than having to, you know, tell someone else. And, mainly on my own, or else some, you know, family or friends. Yeah.
So football, let's talk about that. You started to play football when you were younger.
Yes.
And you stopped.
Yeah.
Walk us through that.
Yeah. So basically I got into soccer at around 8. And quite the journey with football. So I was really passionate, still am passionate, but I was very, very passionate growing up and wanting to become a professional. My goal was actually to become the world's shortest soccer player. That was actually what I set out. And I was so committed to that. Like, even though, you know, if I look back on it, you know, it's I mean, there's nothing's not possible, but it's, you know, it's not very realistic, but there was still, you know, I was extremely committed, probably up to like 12 years old of actually, you know, wanting to become the world's shortest soccer player. So I started off when I was 8 with a local club. I played through just a few local clubs, and then eventually kind of moved up to, you know, a higher league and a higher team. And, you know, I was training like 3 times a week, and I was really into it. But then I was also dealing with a lot of hip pains. So the older I was getting, the worse it was getting. Right. I was coming up to about, I think it was 12. And when I was 5 years old, I got pins put into my hips, both hips, to help them like grow straight, because they were growing basically in the wrong direction. Right. So I had pins put in when I was 5, and then got them taken out when I was 12. And then after that, I really struggled to just get back into. When I had surgery, and whilst I was recovering, was when the trials were on for my team. Yep. So because it was a higher league, you have to do the trials no matter what each year. And so I missed the trials. I was gutted. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to play with a local team. And then at the same time, I was you know, struggling to run anyway. So ended up quitting and getting into the gym. and then the gym kind of took over from there. But yeah, football definitely played a huge role in my childhood, and you know, till now I still support AC Milan, the best football team in the world.
Here we go.
But,
You heard it here, guys. Here we go. Don't
Yes.
forget that, all right?
Don't forget it. Forza Milan.
So you've also starred in a movie, haven't you? You've been in a movie,
Yes.
The Trophy Thief.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mate, tell us about that. That's brilliant. Like, man, how do you find the time to do all this stuff as well?
Yeah, man. It was really, that one kind of came down to just like luck, really,
Yeah.
and just
You make your own luck, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, so I was actually at my training. I was training with a local team, and there was a guy handing out pamphlets, for kids, because he needed kids who could play soccer, who were good at soccer, but also who could act. So he was going around to different clubs handing out pamphlets for auditions for his short film. Anyway, I took it and ended up going to this audition. Never acted before, never done anything like that. So that was completely out of my comfort zone. That was like, okay, I didn't even know what I'm getting myself into, but I somehow was just like, this probably would be cool, even though I probably won't get the role. And I went and auditioned, and then I got through to the next audition, which I was like, whoa, like, how have I done that?
Yeah.
Because I went in, I was so nervous, and they told me to like juggle a ball. I couldn't even juggle the ball. I was that nervous. I did like 3 keepy ups,
Yeah.
and I was like all over the place.
That's my record anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all you needed, man,
Yeah.
to get through to the next audition.
Nice, let me know next time, mate.
Yeah, I will, man. I'll hit you up. I'll be like, yeah, Adriano's, he can come on set, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Watch me do one. I can do one. Easy.
That's what you need, man. Now just edit the rest, dude.
Yeah, exactly right.
Put on loop.
Fix that in post, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off.
But yeah, so ended up getting the main role in the short film, which was amazing, and that was a really good experience. So,
Is acting something you want to continue with?
yeah, so I got that role just before getting into high school, so there wasn't so much resistance to, you know, fearing what other people would think.
Yeah.
And then it got released. The short film got released in my first year, during my first year of high school. So everyone was like playing it on like the whiteboards, like the electric
Yeah.
Yeah.
whiteboards,
Yeah.
whatever you call them.
The projectors.
The projectors.
Yeah.
And I would get so embarrassed.
Really?
Yes, super embarrassed. I would hate if anyone would play it.
Yeah.
And people were always like, let's play it. And I would always like walk out of the room. I never wanted anyone to find out about it. So I stopped acting because I got a agency, and then I started, because I was auditioning for other roles as well during that time, but I stopped it all because of, you know, just, I basically wasn't enjoying it. And there was, you know, the fear of, you know, judgment from other kids and stuff like that. So, but now it's something that's definitely, I feel like would be something that I'm interested in doing for sure.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, we'll see how that goes, but it's something on my mind to hopefully, you know, go back down that path. So
Yeah.
it would be cool.
Going back to your operation, so you mentioned last year you had a hip replacement, or both your hips.
Yes.
That was quite a hard decision for you, wasn't it? Because I watched one of your videos, and you actually got a lot of negative feedback from the doctors, and you referred to them as people of authority, so families and teachers actually saying, you know, Isaac, don't do it. You know, I've been in a slightly similar position. I've got a dislocated shoulder, it's got a pin in it, and I've got my right arm doesn't straighten, so I wanted to replace it. But the doctors again said, you know, the joints aren't meant to last for that long, so delay it as long as possible. This doesn't give any discomfort at all. It's very different to you. What was the decision to actually go ahead, being 18 years old last year, I guess pre-COVID, or with this, and going, actually, now I want to do this? Why then?
Yeah. I think it was definitely a tough decision. It was definitely, as you said, when you have, authorities, growing up and telling you this is how it should be and this is what you should do. It's always very hard to go against. And I think it was a pure fact that I didn't want to waste my younger years of life and, in pain. I didn't want to live, throughout my 20s and into my, 30s just to, prolong having a hip replacement. Like it just didn't make sense to me.
Yep.
And it just didn't align with me. And I think, I think a message behind that is just, living, I guess, the life that you want and that aligns with you it's never easy, but it takes those big leaps. It takes those leaps and those steps of courage. And yeah, it wasn't easy, but again, it was, I guess, just going with what was in my heart. And I just had to trust that. And I just said, you know what, like no matter what, even if people around me don't agree, this is what I'm going to do. And, if I have to get another hip replacement done later, then so be it. I just don't want to, live life regretting things.
Yeah.
And, it's just huge for me.
Yeah.
Not regretting anything and living life to the fullest and really enjoying it. So I took the leap and got him done. And I am just so grateful that I did do that. And I, couldn't be happier to be where I am right now and to have made that decision. So
yeah, you've got a great term, live life on your terms.
Yes.
Which I just love that when I was watching the videos this morning. And you also mentioned about this bit of inspiration behind a lady called Bronnie Ware.
Yes.
Around the top 5 regrets of dying. How did you? I mean, did you Google that? How did you come across that?
Yeah.
And what were they? Because again, I think it's some great points.
Yeah. So, I basically Googled it, as you said. Yeah. So I was looking for a study about like people who live with regrets, and I found a study which was like 76% of people have regrets. On their deathbed, they actually have regrets. 76% of people.
Massive.
That's a lot. And I was like, okay, I want to get deeper into some research. And then I came across Bronnie Ware, who's the author of the top 5 regrets of the dying. So she basically was a counselor for, in a nursing home for people who were, coming to their, final stages of life. And she was able to, talk with these people and they would open up to her about, she would always ask these people, do they have any regrets? And a lot of them did. And the number one regret was living a life that somebody expected of me and not living a life that I truly wanted. It was something around that. Yeah. So, living on your own terms and not living life that other people expected of them. Yeah. It can be family, parents, friends, whatever. And that really, I can't remember all the top 5 regrets, but that was the one that was the number one. And that was the most common. And that was the only one I kind of took out of that 5.
Yeah, that strikes a chord.
Yeah. I think it does with a lot of people because, and I don't think it's anyone's fault either. And I don't think we should kind of blame ourselves for this because again, we are most influenced as a child. At the ages of, I think it's, what is it? It's like 7 to 11 or 5 to 7. There's an age bracket where your brain is like a sponge. So it's just absorbing everything around you. So you're basically whatever you're around your parents, literally everything, you're just absorbing like a sponge. And of course, many parents and family, friends, again, are kind of, will instill their own beliefs and they will kind of tell you how to live.
Yeah.
Not everyone, but, a lot of us are told how we should live our lives. And, just this small couple of years that we're like a sponge, it impacts us so much. It literally like, it affects our whole lives because then we think this is how we should live. And, we do have dreams and we do have aspirations, but, they get so dug down that we kind of lose sight of them. And they do come up, like, especially, in times like the New Year's, they do kind of bubble up and we kind of, are motivated to make the change. But then again, life kind of, stuffs it back down. And
we actually had Alan Stevens on before Christmas, who does human profiling and communications, and he said exactly the same thing. That kind of 5 to 7 is when you're most impressionable.
You build your bias.
It's where everything is kind of formed.
Yes.
So it's a good stage of life, and it's quite important to build those bias, those values, those beliefs that can be instilled. Let's go back to the sports side of things. You're obviously a big, keen sports person. You've trained with basketball players. Where does that sport bit come in?
Yeah. I mean, I think I just gravitated towards it. I think I've got a family of, a lot of us do play sports, on both dad's and mum's side. And, I just gravitated towards sports from just a very early age. I just was, I don't know, it just grabbed me and I really enjoyed it. I started, I played, football, tennis, cricket. I then did athletics. I had a period throughout primary school where I got into athletics and was like I won at the national level, gold medals. And that was really good. So I've
All right, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that was, so I did athletics so I did AWD which is athletes with a disability.
Yep.
So I was competing at a national level for that and was doing really well at that. But then, I mean, coming back to like living life on your terms and doing, living a life that you want, it wasn't actually something that I was truly passionate about. And it was something that people, because I was doing so well, I was performing at such a high level, the highest level actually in Australia. There was all the pressure in the world to continue with that and to keep going. Yeah. And I was just like, I actually hated it at one stage. I was like, this is not what I want to do. Yeah. Although I was winning gold medals in and out, and it was just like, oh no, this isn't for me. And I just stopped. And that was another thing that people were like, why the hell have you just stopped? You could have gone on to Paralympics and all that, but
you're living on your own terms.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. So you mentioned, New Year's and when everyone starts to think about those things.
Yeah.
Do you have a New Year's resolution this year?
Yeah. Well, I used to be just against them. Just because like I just see other people who are against them, but I don't see anything wrong with them. So I actually did set some this year. And one of them, so I guess one of them was to, go full time on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's
become a YouTuber.
Yes.
Good income.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's something that I do enjoy.
Yeah.
So hopefully to,
that'd be cool.
That would be really cool. So gonna just put everything into it this year. Really gonna go all out with it. And what else? I don't even know. I think I set some others.
Any fitness goals?
Not really, to be honest. It's just to keep going. I used to have like heavy set goals, like I have to be this weight and this shredded by this time. But
do you compete?
No.
Have you ever thought about doing that?
Yes. So last year was supposed to happen, but didn't happen. So this year, you know, depending on, because it is a lot of effort. It takes a lot out of you, and it's a large process of, you know, bulking up, then cutting down and diet. It's a lot of energy. So I think if I have the time and I have the space to do it, I will do it this year.
Yeah.
But if not, it'll happen very soon, you know, in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So that should be an experience because I've never done it before. So it should be cool.
You'll be out of your comfort zone.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Really, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time against like these huge freaking 6 foot shredded
Just bricks.
monsters. And I'm just going to be this freaking like Oompa Loompa just in the middle. Like, I'm just going to be like, God damn. I actually will. Because I'm going to be like 10. You get 10'd up. I just need to put a freaking. Do they have green hair or purple hair?
Yeah, I thought
It's green hair.
I thought it was green. I mean, look on that as well. I mean, how important laughter and humour is obviously massive for you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, how important is that for you in your day to day? You know, when you live in your life, when you live in life on your terms, how important is it to, I guess, laugh at, you know, maybe your situation, laugh at yourself, and laugh at others around?
Yeah, I think laughter is a huge part of life, and is literally just so important. There's like crazy stories out there, like people who have healed like non-healable diseases through laughter and all this crazy stuff. So like the power of laughter is like incredible. And man, I try not to take, you know, life too seriously and just to just kind of, you know, have fun and just laugh and you know, I think it's definitely easy to get into the headspace of, you know, taking everything so seriously and, you know, looking at my condition and being like, oh, you know, just taking it too seriously. So I just, you know, just, it is what it is. And life should be laughed. Like a lot of life should be laughter.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we had last year we had the supercar advocate on who, a guy called Lee, who clearly loves his cars. That's his passion, and you know he's a YouTuber as well.
Yeah,
and does get, you know, a fair bit of negative feedback and comments on the social media side. I mean, have you experienced that, trying to do what you're doing, grow yourself as a YouTuber? Have you had any negative feedback, or just, I guess, you know, stereotypical comments? You mentioned about no bullying at school, which is fantastic, but I guess cyberbullying, have you experienced that?
Yeah. So I have experienced my fair share. But yeah, so I haven't so much on my YouTube and stuff like that, but I made it, obviously, you know, like TikTok. And I made a TikTok, and I started putting out fitness content and like body transformation. And I basically had one body transformation video that went viral and got like 400,000 views and all this stuff. And then, you know, all these people on my TikTok, and they were like, all these other videos were starting to like blow up. And then I just started getting all these hate comments and all these like, it was just negative. Like 80% of the comments were just straight like negative. And it was a huge shock for me, because previous to me starting a TikTok, I was just doing Instagram. That was all I was doing. Yeah. And I was getting just pure positive feedback. Yeah. That was it. Like, I actually barely got any negative feedback. And then to start this TikTok and get just straight hate comments.
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah. I mean, so they're really immature stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because like TikTok is really aimed at, you know, a younger demographic. And a lot of these people are, you know, younger and like
Immature.
like
And strong in front of a keyboard.
yes, very yeah. So like literally some of the stuff. I mean, I can't even.
Well, it's good that you can't remember. It means you blocked it out because it's stupid.
Yeah, no, yeah, literally. I mean, if you asked me maybe a couple of months ago, I could probably tell you like 50% of the comments because it was like on my mind every day. I was like,
Really?
I was like, geez. But I actually couldn't tell you off the top of my mind what they were, but they were just extremely like, I don't know, like this dude is the size of my sister or it's just something like, it's just
stupid shit.
it's just like really immature. But
So the good thing is about that, right? Is haters are they're kind of envious and jealous of other people's success. So it's easy to poke fun at you for obvious reasons, but the fact that you're doing something, the fact that you're living life on your terms, the fact you're putting yourself out there, inspiring others, not just with the same, in the same circumstances as you, but I would say inspiring others as well. That's easy to poke fun at because they're obviously not feeling too comfortable by themselves. So I'm really pleased that you can't remember stuff. Yeah. Because it means it hasn't sunken in, which is awesome.
yeah.
Because it's, we get it all the time when we have some of the entrepreneurs on the show, or we have other people, and fitness has definitely been the journey for last year. It gives people this kind of cadence, this routine, this discipline. You have a great comment around, I think it's like someone said to you, what are your motivators? And you said, well, I don't get motivated by things. I just do discipline. Yeah. Which I thought was a really, really good comment. So again, going back to people that are going to hate, you're always going to get them. But I tell you what, you're probably lifting things in the gym. One, you're going to the gym where other people aren't going to the gym. Yeah. You're probably lifting things that they don't. And that all takes courage. That all takes that routine discipline that they don't have. So do not even worry about those people. Yeah. As I'm sure you won't, because the success you're having by living life on your terms, by doing your fitness, by doing your funny stuff, I love it. I love it. And we've only just connected. We've connected through other people in the networks. Let's get the message out there, man. Yeah. Right? Thanks, man. There's a great. Do you know a comedian called Brad Andrews? American comedian.
No,
I don't know either, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's Brad Andrews. I wrote it down. I'll check, but I think he has short stature as well.
Okay, cool.
I saw him a few years ago. He was over here touring with Jim Jeffries. He warmed up for Jim Jeffries. Really, really funny guy. Oh, nice. Really, really funny guy. Yeah. And again, I follow a lot of his stuff too. Just really, really funny. But gives people a lot of hope, enthusiasm, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, as well. So I think it's great. I'm pleased that you're not a victim of all these stereotypes and that stuff. With work-wise, are you starting to think about career? Like, let's say your YouTuber's going off and it's nuts. And that's great. And you can go into an office or you can do a career. Have you started thinking about that?
Yeah. I have. So, I mean, I have a little bit. So I think what's on my mind at the moment is to just kind of be able to, build an audience and a community through YouTube. Yep. Which can then, I think that's the most important thing right now. Yep. On my mind is being able to build that community, and then I will definitely put more thought into eventually, where I will work and how I will kind of make start to create a perhaps a business or whatever it might be. But there's definitely a few options. I think because I definitely I enjoy making a difference. That's kind of the biggest thing for me is being able to it's simple, but just help people and make a difference in various different ways. So I think hopefully maybe down the line being able to build perhaps some coaching or public speaking to kind of build a bit of a like brand to then be able to have those be able to then public speak and do like self-development and fitness coaching and being able to I guess help people that are in need and that I can help out.
Yeah, it's a good quality to have. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
we spoke about resolutions with the new year, I know so many people that their New Year's resolution is I must get to the gym. I've got to increase my fitness, that kind of stuff. And and I'm there too.
You reading my one?
I was reading on it. You mentioned in one of your videos 6 things you wish you knew about training.
Yes.
Do you want to walk people through that? Because I enjoyed that bit.
Yeah. That was one of my, I think it's close to one of my first kind of few videos. And that was just talking about, what I wish I knew. And I kind of just touched on some different points, before, starting into fitness. And I think, there's both things we need to know, about training and physically, but I think a big aspect is the mental side of things, because there's quite a lot of things that we that put us off, that we have this like huge spike of motivation going into the new year, and then it realistically that just doesn't last. So
enthusiasm dwindles.
So I think in terms of people trying to go into this year and build themselves in the gym, I think first of all, it's a habit, right? So going to the gym is a habit. So one thing, because I'm actually at the moment I'm reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm not sure if you've heard of that book, but this basically talks about creating habits and just creating small changes. And something big is, we set ourselves like, I want to go to the gym this year. I want to get fit. I want to get in shape and shredded. But we have to be, so first of all, I think we have to be specific. Like if you're again, I don't know what people struggle with, whether it's the motivation or whether it's with, the consistency. But again, it's all about, making it a habit and being specific with it. Yeah. So we're quite general with goals and New Year's resolutions. We just say, I want to do this. I want to do that, but we don't we don't make it clear enough for ourselves. Yeah. So for example, you want to go to the gym, make it precise. Say, I'm going to go to the gym 8 a.m. on a Monday, literally say it out loud and write it down. Cause when you write things down, I think you're 42% more likely to achieve it. So, being specific. So
write down gym.
Yeah. Get shredded.
Sorry. He did. How'd you feel? Did you feel better? You feel like you would better. You're exhausted just writing that down.
Oh, far out.
But yeah, and another thing as well, more so is I found this really interesting, is almost making it part of our identity. So we can look at, I don't know, someone who wants to try quit smoking or something, right? There's two different sides of things. One who doesn't actually, so these two people are both trying to quit. One of them isn't identifying with it and one of them is identifying with it. So let's say, I offer this person a cigarette. Not that I smoke, but I say, oh, here's a cigarette. And then they're like, oh no, I'm trying to quit. I'm trying to quit. Or I offer the other person and, they are trying to quit, but they're like, oh no, I don't smoke. Yeah. That's identifying with that. So that when it comes to the gym, it's like, oh, I'm trying to go to the gym today. Or I'm planning on going to the gym. No, it's literally I am going to the gym. It's identifying, making it part of your identity and actually feeling it, being I am a fit person, just becoming. That's a huge thing. Even though, and of course we can be oh, where, I'm not fit right now. So how can I even say that? But you can, it's
a mindset thing.
Yeah. And you just ingrain it over time. And it's over time that will just become ingrained into you and that will just become a set in stone habit. And that will just be normal for you. like switching on the light is like something you unconsciously do
Yeah.
because it's just a set in stone habit. Like you go and you flick it on. You don't even have to think. That's like the stage that you will eventually get to with the gym if you make it specific, set your goals and set it, make it specific and, become it as well. Become a fit person, like really feel it and whatever you have to do, write it down, say it out loud.
Do you visualize? Do you use visualization as well?
Yes.
And like what it's going to feel like? Because I noticed you're trying to bulk.
Yes.
And it's funny, we have very different challenges when we jump on scales. You're looking for the number to go up, I'm looking for it to go down.
Yeah.
Can we swap the scales?
Sure. I'd be down, man.
But visualization and what it's going to feel like to hit that target weight that you have or lift those weights. Do you use that as a method as well?
Yeah. 100%. I think visualization is huge and it does I think a lot more than we think and it's so simple too.
Yeah.
I think a process that I have is visualization is a huge part of just my day to day. So I'll go in the morning and I like to meditate like first thing in the morning. So that's just a part of my morning routine is just going in and meditating and just practicing like gratitude and also just visualizing my day and, feeling how and feeling how I want it to be, but also, seeing how I want it to turn out. So, I will do things like that, like visualizing myself and feeling myself like, being bigger and bulkier and also achieving, these different goals that I set out. But again, like the process, like I think the end goal, like we also do put a lot of emphasis on the end goal. Like the end goal is just such a small portion of the journey. Like the end goal, we put so much emphasis on that we kind of forget about the process or not even that. I think we a lot of the time we can't even get to that end goal because we put so much emphasis and so much meaning on that. But
then you miss out on the good stuff.
Yes.
If you just get to the end, you don't do any of the learning along the way. You don't get any of the kind of discovery for yourself or what you're trying to do. It's a bit like if you with your YouTube channel said, "Oh, I want a million subscribers tomorrow," that would be great. And we'd probably be doing this podcast on your boat. But you wouldn't.
Love that.
but you wouldn't have had any of the content that you've been putting together, which is obviously where you're you're exploring, you're learning through yourself as well. So that's the beauty of it. I mean, we want to take this podcast to stratospheric levels.
That's
Stratospheric,
amazing.
is that even a word?
Yeah, today it is.
Today it is, yeah. But hey, we're on the journey of learning and learning through other people.
Yeah.
And then hopefully our viewers and our subscribers, they learn through hearing from people like yourself or people like Alan or last week we had a kids author on and we've got loads of people queued up for this year as well. That's the beauty of it. That's where the gold is, That's kind of my take. I mean, I work in sales, it's like you always want to do the deal, but you learn over time how to do the deal. So with your goals, you have the SMART model. So it's specific, measurable. Is it achievable? Is it realistic and what's the time frame? And that helps you along with those goals.
Yeah.
So Isaac, growing up, do you think being a small statured guy growing up, has it presented more obstacles or opportunities for you?
I mean, it's presented both. It's really hard to say which one has presented more of. I think obviously I've focused more on the opportunities, so I'd say that I've had more opportunities than obstacles. But again, I mean, it's definitely presented both, and I think at this thanks. It again, I think it's whichever one I focus on, because definitely there are obstacles, which I face every day, but there are also opportunities which have come my way, which I'm so grateful for, and wouldn't have come my way if I wasn't who I am. So again, I can focus on like the obstacles, but like, or I can focus on the opportunities, and I prefer to focus on the opportunities.
Yeah.
So that's something that, I feel like has definitely come my way a lot more opportunities due to who I am.
Yeah.
So,
And that goes back to your power of choice.
yeah.
That you refer to in some of your content as well. You're choosing to focus on the positive rather than the negative.
Yes.
Which is pretty awesome. Can I ask you a bit of a question? If you go out and about, we mentioned about kind of partying and going out with friends and things. I mean, do you get ID'd a lot?
So it's so funny. So people always hesitate because like they
Don't want to come across rude.
Yeah, no, they don't. So like even before before I was 18 and able to go out partying and get drinks and stuff like that, like I'll expose myself here, but like we try go out and maybe grab drinks or something like that, like obviously not being 18 and apparently I'd be the one to have to go in because it'd be like it'd just be a complete mind fuck because it's like they'd look at me and like, this is even before I'd even had like any facial hair or anything. I was just purely like just short and just looking like a kid, but I just have to like go in with confidence. Like, yeah, can I get one vodka cruiser, please?
You went in with confidence and asked for a vodka cruiser.
And it's
right. You could have gone a bourbon and Coke.
Mate, at that age, that's what tasted good,
knew.
man. Like, that's all I knew. It's like, whatever tastes like a lemonade, man, like, give me that.
So for our viewers and our listeners, Isaac is well over 18 now. So,
Yes,
so
yes.
we're good. We're good.
Now we are. Yeah.
And can I talk about kind of theme parks and stuff? I mean, are you able... How does that work?
Yeah, man. Yeah, the theme parks, they're not my favorite place. I'll tell you that much. Like, they're
It's just walking around.
dude, it is. It's walking around and going on the freaking
Teacup rides.
what do you call it? Yeah, teacup rides and the freaking Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Right,
That's but yeah, there are so many like, because I used to love going to the theme parks like Luna Park and stuff like that, and always going with friends and stuff. And I could, there were very minimal things that I could literally freaking
Go on. Yeah.
like, and I mean, if I was really smart, I'm sure I could have planned, some like shoe freaking
Height extenders or
yeah,
something,
that I
whatever
could,
they're called.
Yeah, that's if I was like determined to go on some rides, but I wasn't that determined. So
I think it's a safety thing though as well. You don't want to be flung out of the bush beastie at Wonderland.
yeah, literally, that would be a story and a half. Gosh,
Hang on a minute, man. I want to talk to you about a story. So you did and you reminded me. I totally forgot about this.
yeah.
When you said shoes, and I don't know if you know where I'm going to go with this. You did your day with Muhammad Ali. You did your training like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm going now?
Yeah, I think
Right.
I feel like yes.
So you got up, you did a bit of meditation, and then Muhammad Ali used to go running with like boots on with weights in them to help his endurance. Now, young Isaac here didn't have any boots with weights and was just getting over his surgery. So what did you wear up and down your garden, Isaac?
Yeah. So the genius idea popped into my mind. I'm like, Mum, do you like have any like boots? Anything? Anything that like looks like this? Like showed her a photo of like Muhammad Ali's like freaking boots. I'm like, anything that could like maybe like that's similar to this. Anyway. Go into the garage and, there's like these dusty boxes of freaking shoes, like just this whole pile of like high heel shoes that my mum doesn't wear, right? So we go like right to the bottom of the pack, like we're unboxing. There's like dust and all this dust is like going everywhere. I have like hay fever, so or I don't even know. I haven't been given that, but I sneeze whenever there's dust. Anyway, I'm like sneezing.
I don't think you're individual there, mate.
Yeah. No, I know, literally. I'm just like sneezing my head off. I'm like, what are you grabbing? Like, what is this? Anyway, so it's like, grab the box out, it's like dusty and freaking moldy, and open it up. It's just this like huge pair of boots, right? Like just this like huge, right? Anyway, so I thought of the idea that I will put these boots on. They like went past my knees. Like this shit was like, this shit was like
Thigh high.
dude, like thigh high. It's like
What a visual.
dude. Oh yeah, and like I was still recovering from my hip replacement. Like I still had a bit of pain like walking.
Yeah.
So I don't know even how I thought that would have been smart. But anyway, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just put him on. So I put him on, and I thought instead of, because Muhammad Ali, walked in heavy boots. I couldn't walk very fast, so I just went in the backyard, put him on, walked up and down. It was dreadful. Like my ankle, no joke, was sore for like the next like 4 hours. Like
So you're wearing female thigh-high boots?
yeah.
Mate, imagine what your neighbours would have thought. They thought, what the fuck is Isaac doing today? Yesterday he was had an ice bath, and now he's walking around with fucking thigh-high boots.
It was,
Dude, they do think I'm a strange creature, dude. Like, no lie. They actually closed, like, the amount of times that I have gone out the back and because I can see, like, their screen door. I can just see, like, just above it. The amount of times they have just shut that when they hear me coming out into the garden, like the backyard is...
He's at it again.
Dude, legit, they just fucking shut it. Like it's so funny. Oh God.
so what are mum and dad, have you got brothers and sister or two brothers?
No, I'm an only child.
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
thought you had siblings, sorry.
That's me, mate. That's got two brothers.
Correct, yeah, correct. You're the quintessential Italian family.
Yeah, man.
What do mum and dad think of all your video content and I guess the way you're embracing life and challenging yourself and putting yourself out there? What do they think?
Yeah, I mean, some videos, they're a bit questionable, like, like the picking up girls and stuff like that. But no, they're quite on board with it, which I'm very, very fortunate to.
Big time.
Yeah. So, like just at home, like, mum will help me out with filming and stuff like that. And yeah, they're a great support. So I'm just very grateful that I have their support for what I'm doing, because, I definitely empathize for people who don't have the support of their parents, because again, our parents are basically the biggest influences in our life. So not having their support would be extremely, extremely tough. And yeah, I'm just very fortunate that they support what I do.
Yeah.
Although some of the stuff they question, majority is they're pretty good with. So yeah.
And I've got to ask, so what is it you actually do at the gym when you go there? I mean, are you pumping weights? Are you on the treadmill? What's your routine?
Yeah, so I mean, my routine, I guess, at the moment is quite just go with the flow, whatever I'm feeling. But I do,
It's always chest day, bro.
Yeah, dude. Every day is chest day. No day is leg day, man. Leg day has been skipped way too many times. Way too many. Yeah. I need to incorporate those habits, man. Like I need to like start saying I am going to train legs today.
Yeah, exactly.
8:30. No, so my routine, is mostly just is weightlifting. So I do quite a bodybuilding style training. So I'll go in there. I like to say that I do cardio, but I don't. Majority of the time, I just go in and I just lift weights. My routine is basically just it will either be like a push pull legs routine, which is like a push is like, chest, shoulders, triceps, and a pull is back biceps, and then legs sometimes. But or it'll be like what they call like a bro split, which is like chest, back, triceps and biceps day, just shoulder day. Yeah. So those are still fun to do, but I just kind of mix between the two. Yeah. And just enjoy lifting the weights and pumping the iron, man.
What's your mixtape that you listen to?
So
because you're a pianist as well, aren't you? You play piano?
I thought you said I'm a penis. I was like,
That's what I said. No,
yeah,
no.
like, yeah, okay, sure.
And you play piano as well, yeah?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I used to.
Yeah.
I still do every now and then, just do like a bit of improvisation, but not so much. So I don't listen to piano at the gym.
No, I don't think it's not the best pump music.
No, man. So I listen to. So I used to be like really into like hard style.
Yeah.
If you know what hard style is,
Like your DEF CON stuff.
Yeah. So that hardcore stuff, I was
Yeah.
like fully into that. I've kind of drifted away a little bit from
Most people do.
from the doof.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was, it got me pumped up, but I felt like every time I would listen to it, I'd always like feel worse afterwards.
Yeah.
I just feel like drained from listening to that music. Like it was really good. Got me pumped up, got me like angry and fucking, just
Yeah.
smash the set. But I'd never like actually feel good after.
It's not feel good music.
No, I mean some of it. There's some songs which are pretty good, maybe kind of feel good. I don't know. But now I'm kind of just more like electronic, like, just
Yeah.
electronic.
Bit of house, trance.
Yeah,
progressive.
yeah. So
Nice.
that kind of stuff. That works. That
Yeah,
does
it's
the
good.
trick. Yeah.
I can never understand, and I'm the same as you. I'm into electronic music. I
Yeah.
can never understand how people work out to kind of R&B and hip hop and things. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need fast pace,
Early rap
almost,
would be all right.
almost repetitive stuff, just to make me zone out and do what I'm there to do.
Yeah.
Normally sit in the spa. But, yeah.
Love this spa. Yeah. I don't know, like rap, like hip hop, and I think you have to have like, not really R&B, but like there's hip hop. If you listen
So
to
not like Casey and JoJo, you know. Oh, man. No, anyway.
people jam
Sorry.
to that though, dude. Like
gym?
people actually dude, like that will be pumping in the gym speakers. Like if we talk about gym music, if I didn't bring headphones to the gym, that would
Biggest demotivator.
dude. I actually can't train without headphones.
I
Like,
don't understand the music that they play at the gym. Like it is the shittest music that they play over the loudspeaker. Like that's not getting anyone motivated.
literally.
It's horrible. Like that makes me want to get the fuck up and leave.
It actually does. It actually does. Like I broke my Beats at the gym once. Like
Devo.
dude, I'm so devastated. And they snapped, and I actually couldn't train. Like I actually couldn't train without them. So my mom had a pair of Beats. So I rung her up. I'm like, I could. Oi, no, ma, give me some beats now. No, I called. I'm like, oh, could you like come? I actually can't train like without headphones. So, we're not too far away from the gym, but yeah, she came and gave me her beats, and I trained. Otherwise, I would have gone home. Like, no kidding. I literally can't do it.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
crazy. So
I get that.
Fair play. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up fairly shortly. I'm going to ask my question, because this is the final question.
yep.
And it's you've got a table booked for dinner for 4 people.
Yeah.
You're one of them. Who are the other 3 people that you'd have at the table, and why?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say, wow. One of them would probably be, I don't know if you've heard of Sean Stevenson. I'm pretty sure it's Stevenson. It's Sean. Anyway, he had like a growth disability kind of thing. So he was he's like a big role model for me. Like he passed away like I think a few years ago or something. But he was he's just his mindset and his attitude to life is just inspired me like a lot. And so he's probably one of them that would be there. He's just a huge influence, and I think I look up to him to like hopefully be in a similar position that he was in terms of what he achieved in life and the impact he had. So that's something that, someone I'd love to have there and to chat with. And another person, I don't know, probably like some probably some like enlightened person. Some like, I don't know. Are you saying dead or alive?
They can be dead or alive.
They can be okay.
I thought Ronaldo would be there, man. Like,
Yeah, dude, Ronaldo and Muhammad Ali. I mean, it'd be cool to chat with someone like some, I don't know, like spiritually enlightened person.
Yeah.
That would be someone like, I don't know, there's like Eckhart Tolle, who I don't know if you've heard of him. He's the author of The Power of Now, which is like a really huge book. Anyway, him or probably like Sadhguru, who's like another enlightened guy.
Yeah.
I think just being able to talk to them and be like in their presence.
yeah.
I'm doing a live, by the way. Oh no, actually, Sean Stevenson's dead. Okay, dead and alive. Anyway, but yeah. So Eckhart Tolle, I'd say I just put him on the table, and another person. Gosh,
That's 4, isn't it? That's 3.
that's
Sorry.
3.
Yeah,
That's it, you're done.
You're sitting there as well, bro.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah,
You're just letting them in. All right, see you guys.
that's all.
Well, mate, thank you for coming on Lifestyle
you.
Pirates and,
Yeah.
and sharing your story and your content. It is truly bloody brilliant.
Yeah,
If
thanks
you
for
are,
having me.
I mean, how do people find it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give yourself a plug.
Yeah, so YouTube is just Isaac Natoli, ISAACNATOLI, and that's where you'll find me on Instagram and everywhere else.
Yeah.
Instagram and YouTube. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming on today.
Yes, thanks so much for having me.
No, too
Yeah, I
easy.
really enjoyed it. It was
Same.
really, really good. Yes. And keep doing what you guys are doing. Because yeah, much respect. I really enjoy what you guys do.
Yeah, awesome,
and,
man.
and it's yeah, keep doing it.
Thanks.
Keep doing it.
Much
Keep doing
appreciated.
it.
Give Isaac a like. Give us a like. Maybe both give us a review as well. We'll see you soon again on
Cheers.
Lifestyle Pirates.
Cheers.